feel like I'm being brutally honest here, totally honest here. I feel like Walmart is trying to torment me, and they're succeeding. I never asked to keep that TV. I was totally upfront about the fact that I just didn't want a TV that any delivery person had left out uncovered in the rain and the storm and getting poured on my front steps that are uncovered. I mean, but pigs would have fallen from the sky before I thought that the person that I was transferred over to, I was transferred over. So to me, that's a higher up person because it's called the customer resolution team. The person's telling me, and I thought I was hearing things, just keep the TV. You don't have to send it back. Like, what do you mean I don't have to send it back? And it's okay, I just keep it. And then I believe I said, if not, I at least implied, because then he goes on to say, oh, well, dry it out. If it works, doesn't, you don't have to send it back. And I've been through hell ever since. I even called a few days later when the TV didn't come, when my computer said that they were doing it, because FedEx deliveries would have left it out uncovered, so they were doing it through a different thing. They sent me a tracking number. Your TV it's on its way. It never came, so then I called to make sure that I hadn't been bullshitted by this person, right? Who wasn't the regular person, and I've been through hell ever since. Back and forth emails, starting with, we don't know why, something just happened, something happened. Do you want to just refund? No, we don't have a refund if you don't get this straightened out. And you said, don't send the TV back, give a refund, and then you don't get the TV back, and you'll charge my mom's card again. I mean, went through absolute hell. But a few days later, when I called, the person on the phone had never heard of such a thing, saying just keep the TV. But asked his supervisor, who said, confirmed what that person had said, and didn't say, oh, well, by the way, I've never heard of that before, and that person probably was in error. No. I've been through absolute hell. Every time I think it's resolved, in the end, I got a thing from a supervisor. I have to go through the whole thing with you on topic, but I got a thing from the supervisor saying, we have to retrain our agents. Apparently our agent said something that he shouldn't have said, blah, 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 but I'll send the TV out. And then I'm thinking it's over with. I told my mom it's finally over with, because you remember, never wanted the fucking TV in the first place, okay? That didn't expect it, didn't want, it was ridiculous. But if you were me, if someone was saying just keep the TV, would you say, no, I'm not going to do that? You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. You're in something higher up than a regular phone rep. You're telling me to keep the TV, then I'll keep the TV, whatever. If you want to be honest, I didn't even like being told to keep the TV. But when I have to spend all my time's worth something, okay? Everybody on this, all our time is valuable. And I went through so much back and forth friggin' shit, reading their stupid emails, emailing them back. They're all ridiculous, okay? And it's still not resolved. It was supposed to be resolved. But then I said I wanted the calls pulled. I want to make sure they understand they need to pull the calls, because I shouldn't have had to go through this fucking hassle. And then a manager from that same resident contacts me and doesn't say, yeah, the TV's on its way, like the supervisor said. Said, I could see tracking installed or something, and then calls my mom's phone. I'm the one handling this, not my mom. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So now it's 3 people. It's the original person. It's the one on the phone who was a regular phone rep, but asked his supervisor, who confirmed, just keep the TV. And then a supervisor said in the email, this shouldn't even, they should have to honor this. Said, our agent made a mistake, but I can, I could see that upon further, you were told this, so, donate it or discard it or whatever, but the replacement's on its way. That should have been the end of it, but no. Now a manager has contacted me, and I'm like, you've got to fucking be kidding me. And the manager said something about the tracking is stalled or something. That's what we went through over a week ago, with the tracking being stalled, and then no one could get to the bottom. And finally, after 3 different people and back and forth emails, I got the truth. Oh yeah, the warehouse isn't going to send out your replacement until the one, you know, that you called in as damaged or whatever, possibly, you know, is sent back. I'm like, you gotta fucking be kidding me. This is ridiculous. Now I'm using words like deceived and whatnot. You're not a mom pop store. You are a major corporation. You can't go around deceiving your customers, okay? This wasn't a, and then I called tonight, and the guy was giving me an attitude. And I said, "You're not. Can I be transferred over there?" "We are that." "No, you're not." And then, well, I know you didn't talk to a supervisor or manager about this. It doesn't matter. If I'm transferred over to some special team, and the guy is nonchalant and friendly and saying, "Just keep," what am I going to do? Argue with them? No. And then I've been through hell ever since. Ever since. Pure hell. Pure hell. Like, for nearly 2 weeks, pure hell. Pure hell. No, I'm sorry, not nearly 2 weeks, over a week. Pure hell. Still not resolved. Thought it was resolved when a supervisor, I have it in writing now. Before it was just a phone call they could pull, so now I have it in writing. You know what I mean? I swear to God, if in the end we have to send this TV back after all of this that I went through, because again, my time and aggravation and stress, okay? I feel like I'm being tormented. I've used words like Twilight Zone and absurd, and this is ridiculous bullshit, okay? The whole 9 yards. And it's like unbelievable. It is Twilight Zone. It's absurd. You know what? So now I have it in writing. They should have to honor it now that I have it on writing, but you know what I mean? From a supervisor, no less. In writing. Just keep the TV. But then a manager, a different person, contacts my mom via phone, but she had her phone off. She didn't realize because she shut it off when she went to church. And contacts me an email. And the email said I pulled the calls and I could see that you were told to just keep the blah, blah, blah. But then says the tracking's delayed, and I'm thinking, and if you haven't, you know, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I still don't know if the TV's going to be on its way, because if she's saying it's delayed, it's the same fucking shit as before, where the warehouse is holding on to it, and it's going to start all over again with this bullshit. I mean, it's unreal. It's unbelievable. 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 I tell my mom it straightened out last night, and then starts all over today. Because I didn't get the answer I want from the manager, which was the TV's on its way. You get it? That's what I'm not getting. I thought the supervisor contacted the warehouse and said, send the TV. If they need to do something, whatever, now you've put it in writing. You can't just deceive your customers like this. You are a major corporation, okay? I mean, and I'm going to tell people. That's so ridiculous. Oh, by the way, Omar's gonna live forever, or at least like the mouse. That mouse, Mr. Jingles, that I loved in the Green Mile. I loved that mouse. I loved the book The Green Mile too. I remember loving it. I don't love all Stephen King, not remote. I forget. Was I in college when I read it, or was I don't know, but it is like the original, it's 1,000 pages, and I was reading it just to see what happened, and I wasn't enjoying it at all. Not at all. It was torture. Just like this thing now with the wall. It's like, you know, oh, you're so funny. Oh, the covers are right at the end. He just went in himself. You saw him poking at me, and then he just like me ignoring him. So, of course, I stayed up all night again. I don't know why I have to stop staying up all night. I say all this shit, just like, you know, I have to stop drinking. not drinking for any particular purpose or enjoyment or anything, you know. I'm hardly the only one who does that, though, just for the hell of it. That's Theory of a Dead Man. They wrote that song, Medicate. My interpretation of that is, you know, I am so freaking bored, nothing to do today, you know. I sit around and medicate. You know, people that do drugs, drink, it doesn't even, you know, doing it for the hell of it, it doesn't even bring them any enjoyment. You're gonna live forever, Omar. Just like Mr. Jingles. That was his name, right? In the Green Mile, Stephen King. I wasn't a big Stephen King fan. I liked some of his. I used to read like all the John Saul, and my favorite author is Dean Koontz. Love Dean Koontz. Love Dean Koontz. I'm just disgusted. I never would imagine in a million years, as I told you guys in a video, I believe that about, you know, I don't know, I did because someone said, you just wanted to complain if you think the TV might have been. Doesn't matter. I do not have to accept electronics. I don't have to accept anything left out in the pouring rain and get soaked. I got tired of having boxes be soaked, you know. Delivery people didn't put them in plastic, or they put them half covered and they would blow open in the wind if it was happened to be a windy storm, and, you know, just pouring or snow and wind too. And so I vowed to never accept it again. I still have, but electronics, no. No. When Amazon sent the boom box and the person that it was FedEx, by the way, didn't cover it in a bag, was too lazy to stick it enough into a bag and fold it over so it wouldn't just blow open. And that even wet the box. You could see it's a boom box, okay? Not in another box. It was just like that. No fucking way. No fucking way. I did the same thing as with the more expensive TV. I said, but I sent it back. I never imagined this Walmart guy was going to say, just keep the TV. I thought I was hearing things. I think he said it to me, and I didn't even really pay attention because I wouldn't expected it. And then I said, so you're going to arrange to have someone come get it for me? He's like, no, you can keep it. What do you mean I can keep it? I didn't say, what do you mean I can keep it? But I was in shock. I was like, and then I go through fucking hell. And I'm still thinking, like, what? This person wouldn't pull that out of his ass. Why would he say if he didn't have the authority? But I'm being told he didn't have the authority. And, you know, if after all of this shit, over a week of back and forth emails and all my time and aggravation and stress and phone calls too, if I have to send that goddamn TV back, oh my God. I'm going to share with you the back and forth emails, both theirs to me in progression and mine. Mine, of course, are more detailed, whatever, but I'm going to tell you how it progressed and everything. Do that anyway, but I have it in writing. My last thing was like, you know, is it really worth it to you to torment me like this? I didn't say torment, but I'm like, is it really worth it to do this to me and my elderly mom? I said, I'm handling this for her. Don't call her. She's not going to know, you know, you're just going to confuse her. I'm the one handling this. All she knows is what I originally said is like, they're not sending the TV, Mom. I'm going through hell trying to, I wasn't going to just accept that, okay? You're going to explain to me why and what happened. In the end, if I have to sit back, send the damn TV back, you know, you're going to get an earful from me because this is insanity. It's absurd. So fucking absurd. It's just blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind that this is happening at all. Like, what the fuck? The reason I called a few days later is to make sure the person wasn't just yanking my change, just saying stuff for the hell of it. But a supervisor confirmed that this person had said it. And at that time, the supervisor could have said, you know what, Laura? You know what? This sounds kind of suspicious to me. I think we're going to have to get someone get back to you. I've never heard of this before. No, the supervisor confirmed it. The rep, I want both calls pulled, okay? this manager at the end said she pulled the one call that I had with the original person. I want the other call pulled because that person got on. I have good news for you. You can keep the TV. I just talked to my supervisor who confirmed it, you know. So I was proactive. I did everything right. I did nothing wrong. And my reward is just being tormented by Walmart. Starting with ridiculous shit in the beginning with because it progressed, and when I didn't let go, I didn't let it go. Then in the end, there was this one person, but even her in the end, she was like, I felt like I was being blown off. Like, what the hell? And then when I didn't accept what she said, okay, but she at least got to the truth. All the others didn't. They just gave me bullshit, literally. I tell you about it later, and she got to the truth. Oh yeah, I contacted they're not going to send it. I mean, and now I feel like it's starting all over again after a supervisor telling me in writing, it's sending me the same original tracking number, and I thought, okay, she pushed a button, she did whatever, it's taken care of. And if I'm wrong again, I'm just going to be livid. I wrote to this manager. I'm like, you know what? If I was deceived for the third time now by this supervisor in writing, I am going to be so livid you cannot imagine. Okay, this is absurd, Twilight Zone absurdity. That's what I wrote to her. Twilight Zone absurdity. I said, you're either going to do the right thing or not, but please stop confusing or deceiving me. Just, you know what I mean? The supervisor led me to believe, and then I wrote her back. I appreciate the fact that you're going to do the right thing, but I still don't trust anything because the TV is still showing not on its way, okay? And that wouldn't even bother me since it's the weekend, but that manager said I'm not seeing any movement in the tracking. And she didn't say, I'll look into it or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? You're being vaguer. You know, the supervisor last night was very, very not vague. You can keep the TV, donate it, discard it, or whatever. Your replacement's on its way. So when I wrote to this manager, I included that email from the supervisor, and I said, you know, look, this is absurdity. This is Twilight Zone. You know what I mean? This is ridiculous. I need somebody to write me, and the supervisor said it, but then the manager's being vague, and I'm still and saying something that confused me and concerned me. You know, I'm seeing the tracking is stalled or something. Like, what the? Then do something about it, or else write to me or call me or whatever. Don't call my mom. Write to me and say, Laura, it's been, you know, I'm sorry about all this. You need to send the TV back, and then I'll just never associate with the Walmart again. Because it's not right to do this. They're a major corporation, and I have it in writing that your supervisor said this shouldn't have happened, that we have to retrain our agents, but since this is what happened, you can donate the TV or discard it, but your replacement's on its way. And that's a supervisor, you know what I mean? There's no fucking way I'm gonna this is just sickening. Sickening to me. It's so sickening. It's tormenting me, literally. I've used words with these different back and forth emails to be these frustration, tears, absurdity, Twilight Zone. This is ridiculous, okay? The reason I did it through email in the first place is because when you do it by phone, you wind up on the phone for so freaking long, you know? I thought I'll get this handled by email, and the reps just didn't know what they were talking about. They misunderstood. Even the one in the end was like, oh, I understand you have a TV that might be damaged and might not be. No, you're not addressing the deception part of it, okay? I need to know what happened. I need to know what happened, and you know what I mean? I need someone to be clear with me, all right? Are you gonna let my mom keep the goddamn TV as she's been told now through me more than once by more than one employee on more than one occasion over a week, or not. You're going to do the right thing or fuck us over, because you know what I mean? I never gave a fuck about that, but now I do, because now it's deception and it's aggravation and hassle, and my time, my time is worth something. All from stupid TV never wanted in the first place. Just was not going to accept something left out in the rain. Not electronics, no fucking way. Not expensive electronics. These delivery people need to learn a lesson too, okay? The fact is, that turns me off big time. That turned me off so badly that TV was left out in the rain like that, and FedEx didn't have a big enough bag to cover it. It had been storming all goddamn day long, okay? Unreal. I should not have to go through this much hassle. It's just so sickening. It's a fiasco. I use that word too. It's a fiasco. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, people. It's like so ridiculous that it's mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. That's all I have to say. It's mind-blowing. I freaking stay up all night. Mama doesn't know either. He went under the covers down there by himself. So cute. He's so cute, Homer. He's gonna live forever, just like Mr. Jingles. I felt so naked. I didn't have any earplugs left last night. I had one old earplug that I'd used before. I've taken to just not, I just invest in earplugs instead of reusing them, because I don't like my ears itching. Anyway, I only had one earplug, and then I put some paper towel in the other ear. It's not the same. It doesn't block out the sound the same. I can't believe this whole thing. And I'm the type of person, I knew when it happened, I'm like, this is weird, I better call and make sure. But then I called and make sure, I'm like, all right, cool. And then I go through total hell because the TV never shows up. And I get the runaround by one after another email wraps until I finally got the truth, like several days later. And even then, the woman didn't do what she should have done. That employee should have done what the next one did, because I still wasn't going to drop it. It was like, well, thank you for your feedback, and we'll send your concern. Like, you need to address this. This is insanity. You don't tell me to keep a TV and then just say, oh, well, thanks for your feedback when I give you a bad review, Because they always send you the things. How did we do, You dealt with so-and-so. How did we do? You did horrible. You get 1 star, all of you. It lumps you all together. Then I got to write, and I wrote up a storm, and this is absurd. If any of you guys, I've never experienced anything like this in my life. I'm not going to drop it. There's no way I was going to drop it. Because I told you at one point, someone was saying, well, we don't know why this is happening, but we can't do another replacement because you've used it. But so we'll just no, you will not just refund. Oh, we need your permit. No. And then you'll be on your merry way. And then you usually have like 30 days to send something back, or else they'll charge my mom's card again. I wasn't going to let that go that easily. Like I said, I'll share all these freaking emails. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's pissing me off, but it's also, it's tormenting me. It's like frustrating me and tormenting me, and I can't get a straight answer from anybody. And I think it's finally solved, and then it's supposed to be solved, but that my mom gets a phone call that she didn't get. The phone call didn't say what I want to hear, which is, it says, I understand but maybe it crossed wires. Maybe she doesn't know that that supervisor emailed me and said keep the TV. And now I have it in writing. So again, I dealt with email because when I deal on the phone, I spend so much time on the phone. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's just insanity. This is such insanity, people. Like, above and beyond insanity. Like, fuck the stupid TV. You guys have pissed me off so bad. So bad. I keep going back to the same thing. Why would that rep have said that if he didn't have the authority? I mean, like, there's something I'm not being told. There's no way. And this one, that supervisor's like, we'll have to retrain our agents. That was not our policy to do that. There's no way he pulled that out of his ass. There's no way he just started and decided to say to anybody, like, we just keep the TV, you don't have to send it back. You know, it's just ridiculous. But again, now I have it in writing from a supervisor in my email, and that should be honored. That's not even a phone call. That's a supervisor. You can't say, oh, that's just one of our agents. That's a supervisor, okay? Walmart needs to fucking honor that, period. And that's essentially what I said to the manager. I said, I thought this was resolved. Your supervisor said, okay, your supervisor's in writing now. Your supervisor wrote to me, just keep, your replacement's on its way. Discard or donate the current one, okay? I swear to God, after all this hassle and aggravation, we have to send that TV back. I'm going to be so beyond livid. I'm going to be just like on fire angry, okay? Because I didn't ask for any of this. I never asked. That's what I've said in emails to these various people. I never asked to keep the TV in the first place. You know what I mean? What the hell are you people doing to me? Are you intentionally trying to torment me? Because that's how it feels.